How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a map tour for a new mod map to Farming Simulator 22 called Glengarry. And we're going to start with the description from the mod hub, and it reads, "Welcome to Glengarry, a fictional glen on the Antrim coast of Northern Ireland, UK. Mini tour shows farm office, repair bay, and how to purchase pre-placed animal pens. 1. Main farm and 9 placeable areas where you can build your own production/farms. 39 fields with missions, small, medium, large. 2 forest areas with 24-meter spruce. 15 sell points including 500 kilowatt BGA and sawmill, viable pre-placed olive groves, viable grape production with grapevines, coin collectibles, fully functional train system with 2 train silos and call points. Specially created log loader for the train at the sawmill with call point. Customizable NI license plate built into map, UK growth calendar, custom foliage and ground textures, custom sounds, interior farm office with wardrobe and coin collectible board, pallet storage warehouse at main farm, bait shop and fishing boat production chains, diesel refinery for diesel production, extensively mapped for AI helpers, AI multi-liquid trailer mod used with AI helpers, water pump house to load and unload water at main farm." There are no mods required for this map. This map was created by Digipea and is 307.54 megabytes to download. And if we take a look at the map, this is what it looks like. We start out here practically in the middle of the map, right inside of our starting farm. You start out by owning farmlands number 12, 18, 19, and 42. Farmland number 12 is a grass field ready to harvest, 18 is a barley field ready to harvest, 19 is a wheat field ready to harvest, and 42 is the main starting farm. Field prices on this map do vary, and you do get a pretty decent range. So starting out with about 84,000, not too bad. Got a couple of smaller ones, 91,000, and just slowly builds up and up and up. 98,000, 185. We got a little one here for 83. So pretty much the lower end of your fields are going to cost you about $80,000. Up into your forestries, which is about $220,000. You got a little bit bigger, and then finally one of the bigger ones, $476,000. So you're going to be able to run the range pretty well on this map. Let's see. No animals to start out with. Contracts are available on this map. No production chains. And there are collectibles, 20 of them to be precise, and they are little bitty coins. And to start us off, one of them is right there. $25,000 each coin, I presume? Let's see. If we take a look at mods specific to this map, we start out on the buy menu, going down to the mods and DLCs tab where it says Glengarry. Clicking that one, we do have an AI multi-liquid trailer, which will hold all your basics, including your slurry and digestate. And then if we take a look at the build menu under buildings, there's nothing under sheds, silos, silo extensions, but under containers, we go all the way to the right, you will see the Glengarry mod down at the bottom right hand corner there. Whoops, wrong button. Nothing under, no, I'm sorry, there are tools. We do have a pressure washer right there, but nothing under farmhouses. There is nothing under productions, nothing under animals, nothing under decorations, but under landscaping, we do get several additional painting swatches and no trees or plants. So because we start here at the starting farm, let's go ahead and take a look at our starting equipment. Starting out with, on the owned items, small tractors, a Fendt Vario 314, medium tractors, a Massey Ferguson 7726S, large tractors, a Case Magnum 400 power drive. Harvesters, we have the Case Axle Flow 7150. Cars, we have the Lizard Pickup 2017. Under trailers, we have the Crampy Big Body 750S and the Lizard AI Multi-Liquid Trailer, that is the modified trailer. Under headers, we have the Case 3050 Terraflex 28-footer. Corn header, we have the Capello Dymet 12. Stone pickers will have the Elho Scorpio 550. Subsoilers, the Agrisim Celtiplow Platinum 8 meter. We have under seeders the K-Brand S Pro 6000 RC. Planters, the K-Brand Maxima 3 Till. Rollers, the Dalbo Power Roll 1230 HD. Sprayers, the Hardy Mega 1200L. Fertilizer spreaders, the Braidel K105 and the Amazon ZATS 3200. Mowers, the K-Brand GMD 8730FF and the GMD 3123F. Windrowers, the Samaz Z2 840H. Forage wagons, Pottinger & Farrow 4810D. Header trailer, the Nardi N6030. And lastly, several weights. We have the Agco 1100 and two 650 weights. We'll go ahead and cross the bridge here, and we'll start out the tour. Off to the left side, we have our sleep trigger right here. Oh, let me go. Right here, we have the bale and pallet storage right here. Here, if we open this door, you see a little farmer right there on the door. This is your main office with a wardrobe trigger right here. Gonna open this door here. Coming around the back side over in this direction. This is the output for your bales right here. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Input for your bales right here and outputs on the other side. Misspoke. We got our main silo right here. And does look like it's a multi-fruit with both solid and liquids. So you can put grains and liquids, which is very nice. Let's see. Over here we have a pressure washer and fuel tank. Going down to this area over here. Nope. Over here, I mean. We have a repair trigger right here. Now, you will see there are animal buildings all throughout here. Now, just to open up the map real quick and kind of show this off. If we take a look at our main farm, you can see we have the cows, the pigs, the sheep, the horses, and chickens. But if you go into the purchasing screen here, you'll see that each one of them has their own little chunk that you have to purchase in order for them to be activated and become available. So our chickens cost us $69,120, horses $123,552, sheep $78,336, $116,688 for our pigs, and $687,456 for our cows. But again, they are not active until you purchase the land. Right here, we have the water pump house. So it's a place for you to put, basically a water silo. This is essentially what it is. Over here, we have 3 greenhouses. And you can purchase each one of these greenhouses for $10,000 each. And actually, let's go ahead and purchase one just real quick and see if they're just base. Yep, they're just basic greenhouses. So, water in, product out. Now we need to run out to our truck and start heading around. So we'll head out of the farm. Now this is a UK style map, so we have to drive on the other side of the road. And if we head to the very northern part of the map, right up here, right over here, pull in to my right, this is the farmers market sell point. Heading down the road. Over here, this is the Diesel Sales North sell point alongside the gas station. And then out back here, we have a lime station and the Grain Sales North sell point. Heading back out over in this direction, pull in right here. We have a wrench train trigger right there. And honestly, one of the coolest features on this map is right here. This is the train log loader, this thing here. So what you do in order to work this is you have these 3 switches, and each one of them can be operated independently. So what you start out by doing is you can either get your piece of equipment over here and load directly into this bunk, or you can open the side bay like so, load into it. Once you get everything loaded in, you can close it, raise it, just like so. It then slides over to be right above the train line there. And then open the bottom chute. All your logs drop into the train bunk. That's pretty cool. I really like that as a feature, and I would love to see more maps actually utilize something like that. Over here is the sawmill. We have our wood chip output here, our wood cell trigger here, with our wood cell trigger here with the wood input right there. Product output right here, and the purchase point is right here. $100,000 to purchase the sawmill. Hop back in the truck and go next door. This building right here is the railroad silo. We have our output directly in front of me, our input right there, and then the input output for the train is over the track right here with another wrench train trigger right there. So heading down the road here, turn in. Oh, right here, this is the Grain Sales East sell point. Another lime station right there. This is an output for the spinnery, which is right here. $60,000 to purchase, and input is right there. Coming around the back side here, we have the building company sell point right here. The building company rock dump sell point right here. And then over here, we have the slurry manure digestate sales sell point. So we just need to backtrack just a little ways and leave out this way. Alright, now we continue heading down south. And just keep following this road around. Couple of placeable points right here. And now, our next point of interest is right here. This is the diesel refinery. $80,000 can purchase this. Let's go ahead and do so. And you can see, you put in canola and you get out diesel. Well, that's pretty nice. Input and output right there. Lime station to the left. We have another railroad silo here. This is the railroad silo south. And again, we have output here, input here, and similar to the last one, we have the train input and output there. We have a wrench train trigger right there. We have an input for our production and output for our production. And the production itself is the grain mill. $96,000 to purchase the grain mill. We have another output for our next production, which is the carpentry. 60,000 to purchase, and you have your input right here with the wood cell trigger right there. So now we head out, continuing to head out to the west. Okay, here we make a left, go across the tracks, and now we're at our next point of interest, which is the fishing bait factory. Now again, we're going to go ahead and purchase this for 60,000, but I need to bring in a little bit of money, so let's go ahead and do that just real fast, because we actually have, I think, one more production after this to purchase. So we'll just take out the maximum, 500k, and there we go. And you can see you put in corn and you get out fishing bait. So this one gets utilized downstream. And technically you could utilize both of these downstream for your third purchasable production point that I'm going to show off here in a little bit. So let's go ahead and show this. This is our output right here. And our input right here. Cross over the tracks one more time. Heading down the road, and then another left, across the tracks, and into here. This is the shop area. We have a repair trigger right here, and we have our shop trigger right there. Down here, behind the building, we have the Diesel Sales South sell point and another gas station buy point. In here, we have the dairy for 70,000. You can purchase that. And our inputs and outputs are right back here. Input and output. Across the street. Whoops. I was looking down at my notes. There we go. Supermarket sell point right there. Now you can see the cool little gate system that they have. So this map does have a couple of really cool little features there. That gate system for the train, I do like that. All right, right here, this is the cafe sell point. Turn back around. Make a left. Followed by another left. Back here is the hotel sell point. And then, right next door, is the boat builder sell point. Coming out, we'll make a left. And now this coming up is the third of our production points in which we're going to purchase. And this is the one where the first two can kind of feed into it. This is the fishing boats production. 52,000 to purchase this. Now you'll see your inputs, fishing bait, and diesel. Hence the reason why we can purchase these first two here to feed into this one here. And we get out fish. So here we have an input for our fishing bait, output for fish, input for our diesel. Now we need to head back out. Oops, there we go. Make a left. And then tucked around the back over here, this is the fast food restaurant sell point. Now, before I go any further, let's go ahead and check out the map and show where we've been and what we've seen up to this point. We're here on the main starting farm, right on this little island right here. Went around, saw everything we needed to see here. We then took our truck, came out the main road, up here to the for the farmer's market sell point, over to the diesel sales north sell point, as well as the gas station. Came out around here to the lime station, and then the grain sales north sell point. Came back out down and around where we saw the rent train trigger, the train log loader, that cool little feature up there by the sawmill itself. Then came back out and we saw the railroad silo north and the rent train trigger. We then came out down to this area here where we saw the grain sales east sell point, the lime station. Then we went down and saw the spinnery, the building company sell point, the building company rock dump sell point, and the slur manure digestate sales sell point. And came out all the way down to here, saw the diesel refinery production point, lime station buy point, the railroad silo south, then the grain mill right next door, rent train trigger just below it, and then the carpentry. We then came out all the way out to here where we saw the fishing bait factory, back out and around to the nope, not the rent train trigger, the repair trigger, as well as the shop trigger. Across the street to the diesel sales south sell point and the gas station. Came back out here. I just realized I missed one. We missed the bakery back here. We'll go back and see that just real quick. But then we saw the dairy production point, went across the street to the supermarket, came down around to the cafe, out to the hotel sell point, and then to the boat builders, then out and around to the fishing boats, then came up and around and saw the fast food restaurant sell point. So let's backtrack to the bakery just real quick, because I just completely skipped past it. Let's see, back here. Nope. Oh my goodness. There we go. The bakery. There it is. 50,000 to purchase. Input here and output there. And we're going to go the wrong way in a one-way. And now we'll head back out past the fast food restaurant. Oops. What am I doing? Just flying past. We have the lime station right here in front of me. Debris crusher right beside it. And around the backside over here, the biomass heating plant right here. And now, right here, we have the biogas plant. We're going to pull up right here and stop. $1,180,000 to purchase the biogas plant. We have our solid inputs here, our liquid inputs here, our liquid outputs here and there, aka our digestate. We have an olive grove directly in front of us. Come to a stop here. This is the grape and olive supplies buy point. Place where you can purchase things like herbicide and fertilizers and whatnot. Right next door, back here, we have the animal food buying station off to the right there. Directly in front of us is the livestock bales sales sell point. And right in front of us now is the animal dealer. Now you can come to this location and purchase your animals directly with this icon right here. You can also hit this same icon on your pens and pastures that you have already bought and placed onto the map. If you use this icon, though, directly, you will incur an additional fee. That fee is associated to a delivery fee. Essentially, the animal dealer is taking the animals from this location and delivering wherever your pens and pastures are on the map. And it can get a little expensive. For an adult cow, per se, that one right there, it's $100 per adult cow. It gets pretty expensive. Depending on the room that you have to fill and the amount you want to buy, it's going to add up pretty quick. Now, to save that money, you can come to this location with an animal trailer, park it right inside this little box area here, use this trigger to then activate your purchasing point, and it'll load directly into the trailer. You then take the trailer to the pen and pasture directly and load into the pasture, and you'll be good to go from there, and you save that money. And now heading to our last set of interests. Oh, not here. Next driveway. There we go, right up here. Park right here. The grape processing plant, $300,000 to purchase this. Output here and input along the back side right there. Here we have the grape and olive supplies buy point, as well as the grape and olive storage. This is a silo that you can purchase with the production point. So the reason this is $300,000 is not only are you buying the grape processing plant here, but you're also buying the silo and the grape field right next door. All this is linked together, so you can see I will purchase this, but not specifically for the production. So we were here on the map. The fast food restaurant came down and around to the bakery, then came back up to this direction where we saw the lime station there, buy point, debris crusher, sell point, the biomass heating sell point, up to the biomass heating plant, or the biogas plant, right there, the production point, up to the grape and olive supplies buy point there, over to the animal food buying station buy point, the livestock bale sales sell point, and the animal dealer. Came back out, saw the grape processing plant, the grape and olive storage, which is a silo, and the grape and olive supplies buy point. Now let's go ahead and purchase this. If we take a look at the screen, you can see I don't own any of this here, but if I purchase this, $300,000, you can see just a regular processing plant, nothing special. I think it might be a little bit faster than a normal processing plant, but if we look at the screen now, you can see I own all this land and I have access to the silo and all that. So very nice. And we also have access to land, which means we can do whatever we need to do with the grapes that are here. And that is it. That is everything for Glengarry. Now it's time to render my opinion, let you know what I think. 0 to 5 scale as per usual. I'm going to come right out and say this. I am not a fan of this map. I'm just... There's... where do I start? So, the map itself feels too man-made, too constructed. And what I mean by that is that because of all these squared off fields, because of the kind of grid layout that is on this map, it just seems like everything's kind of like unnatural, very like scripted and put together. So it just doesn't feel real. I'm having a very hard time looking around and feel like I'm a part of an actual place. I more feel like I'm in a simulation. And I know it sounds weird, but it just something about it doesn't allow me to get into that kind of immersive state where I would want to be in when I'm sitting here trying to play this game. So it's very hard for me to really kind of get into this map. For the most part, the fields are pretty flat. I mean, there's some rise and fall to the land, but not a lot. Kind of hilly per se, but because of that, it just makes the kind of outer periphery just doesn't seem like it fits. The really large hills in the background there just doesn't really seem to fit the rest of the landscape that is here on this map. So yeah, that's another part. The color palette is actually not that bad. You get some pops of color here and there, but because of all the trees that line the roads, you really don't get a chance to see it too much. It really kind of just doesn't stick out that much. So that definitely has something in its favor. The grid layout is going to be very easy for somebody who's wanting to hire workers and just kind of go about. So somebody who's just getting into the game, this is going to be the map for them, because you're going to have a lot of opportunity to be able to just kind of build and work and kind of do that. The whole outer perimeter of the map itself is all the sell points and all that stuff, and it just feels, again, it just feels unnatural. It doesn't feel like there's a town or a structure or anything like that. It just feels kind of put together. If that makes sense. I'm having a hard time elaborating as to how I feel about this, because I don't think I've ever had to try and describe a feeling like this. This is just something that just kind of feels, like I said, almost manufactured. I know that all the maps are manufactured. All of them are kind of, built, but a lot of them you can kind of get that feeling of, wow, this makes me feel like this is this place or this is that place. It feels real, feels natural. This doesn't feel natural. It feels just constructed and kind of one of those. And now, before I continue, I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm certainly not trying to take any shots at the map maker. There are going to be people out there who are going to like this map, and good for them. Absolutely good for them, and I hope that they have a ton of fun playing this map, because they're certainly going to have its fans, and it's going to have, its merits. It's just me, particularly, my personal feelings about this map is just not a map for me. So yeah, all that being said, all that kind of laid out, what am I going to give this map 0 to 5 rating? I'm going to give it a 1. My own personal rating, just not the kind of map for me. There are a couple of things, like I said, there are a couple of things I like. The log loading system for the train, I really like that. The kind of specialized production points, the diesel refinery, the fish bait maker, and the fishing boats. Those three put together, and how you're able to kind of, put them in tandem to kind of build off one, off the other, that's pretty cool. That's actually really cool. And the refinery, like this point right here, I actually really like the view of this, with the exception of like the background there. That's kind of a disappointment, but you got that cool little lighthouse there. You got the boats in the marina. Like there's a couple of areas on this, and again, right there, you can see another really nice looking point there where it's very pretty, and there's a lot of those kind of spots of, okay, that's really cool looking. But then again, you start looking around and you get that kind of unnatural feeling again. So like I said, all in all, that's kind of where I stand on this. But I hope that you enjoyed this map tour. If you did, please show them by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing. It shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.